You tell yourself you're just deeply in love, that you care more than most people do, that what you have is intense because it's real. But there's a line, a very specific line, between loving someone deeply and needing them to function. And a lot of people cross that line without ever noticing it happened. Today, we're talking about the 5 signs that what you're experiencing might not just be love. It might be emotional dependency. And the difference matters more than you know. Emotional dependency is one of the most misunderstood dynamics in modern relationships. It's often mistaken for deep love, intense passion, or soulmate-level connection. But psychologically, it's something very different. It's a state where your ability to regulate your own emotions, feel okay, and function in your daily life becomes contingent on the presence, mood, and behavior of another person. It develops gradually, often invisibly, and by the time most people recognize it, it has restructured their entire emotional life around one human being. Their mood becomes your mood automatically. You wake up fine. Then you check your phone, and their message has a slightly different tone than usual. And within minutes, your entire emotional state has shifted, not because anything has actually happened, but because their energy, their mood, their level of warmth, their emotional availability has become the weather system you live inside. When they're happy, you feel relief. When they're distant, you feel dread. When they're warm, you feel safe. When they're irritable, you spend hours trying to figure out what you did wrong. This is called emotional coregulation, and in healthy doses, it's normal. Partners naturally influence each other's emotional states, but when your entire inner world is being run by someone else's emotional output, you've lost access to your own internal regulation system. You're not reading your feelings anymore. You're reading theirs. And the person whose job it is to know how you're doing, you, has been outsourced to someone who didn't sign up for that responsibility and may not even know they have it. Being apart from them feels like actual physical distress. A few days without contact. Maybe they're traveling. Maybe they're busy. Maybe things are rocky between you. And it doesn't feel like missing someone. It feels like something is wrong with your body. Difficulty concentrating. A low hum of anxiety that doesn't go away. Checking your phone compulsively, even though you know there's nothing there. An inability to fully enjoy anything else because the background noise of their absence is too loud to hear anything over. Missing people you love is normal, but when the absence of one specific person produces what feels like a physical withdrawal response, when you cannot self-soothe, cannot redirect, cannot settle, that level of distress is telling you something important. Your nervous system has become so calibrated to their presence that their absence registers not as longing, but as emergency. That's not a love story. That's a dependency that has made you smaller than you were before it existed. you've stopped being able to make decisions without them. Small decisions feel impossible without their input. You used to know what you wanted. You had opinions, preferences, the ability to choose. But somewhere in the middle of this relationship, that capacity quietly diminished. Now you find yourself texting them about things your previous self would have handled without a second thought. And it's not just that you enjoy their input, it's that without it, you feel unmoored, uncertain, like your choices only feel real once they've been validated by someone else. This erosion of decision-making capacity is one of the clearest signs of emotional dependency. When another person becomes your primary source of emotional regulation, they also become your external sense of self. Their approval tells you who you are. Their agreement tells you what's true. Their presence tells you that you're okay. And without those external cues, you don't fully trust your own mind. The self that knew things, the one that had opinions and made choices with confidence, is still there. But it's been so consistently overridden by the need for their validation that it's gone quiet. The thought of losing them is more terrifying than the reality of staying. Maybe the relationship isn't healthy. Maybe you know it. Maybe your friends know it. Maybe part of you knows it every single day. But when you try to genuinely imagine leaving, when you let yourself fully picture the days and weeks and months without this person, a terror rises that overrides every rational argument. The fear of losing them isn't proportional to the quality of what you have. It's disproportionate, enormous, the kind of fear that makes you accept behavior you swore you never would. That makes you forgive things that haven't changed. That makes you shrink your standards until they fit whatever is being offered. This is the emotional dependency trap at its most painful. You're not staying because the relationship is giving you what you need. You're staying because your nervous system has decided that the absence of this person, even a person who is hurting you, is more unbearable than the presence of the pain. That's not love making the decision. That's fear. And fear is a terrible compass. Your life has quietly contracted around them. Think about who you were before this relationship, the friendships you had, the things you did for yourself, the interests that were yours alone, the version of you that existed completely independently of any romantic partner. Now look honestly at where those things are. Did they fade? Did friendships thin out because your time and energy became almost entirely consumed by this relationship? Did hobbies go untouched? Did plans that had nothing to do with them stop being made? Emotional dependency is not just about how you feel toward the person. It's about what their centrality has done to the rest of your life. Healthy relationships expand your world. Dependency contracts it. When one person becomes your primary source of entertainment, emotional support, identity, validation, and meaning, your entire life has restructured itself around a single point. And and single points are vulnerable. If that point shifts, if that person leaves or changes or disappoints you, the entire structure collapses. Because there's nothing else holding it up. The 5 signs of emotional dependency are: their mood becomes your mood automatically. Being apart feels like physical distress. You've lost the ability to make decisions confidently alone. The fear of losing them outweighs the reality of what staying costs you. And your life has quietly contracted until they are the center of almost everything. If you recognized yourself in any of these, this isn't a verdict on your character. Emotional dependency almost always develops from attachment wounds formed long before this relationship began. From learning to locate your sense of safety in another person, because your early emotional environment taught you that's where it lives. The work of healing it is the work of building that safety inside yourself, of learning to regulate your own emotions, of rebuilding the life that dependency quietly dismantled. It's possible. It's worth doing. And it starts with what you just did, seeing it clearly enough to call it what it is.